Hey, it's Bruce coming to you once again with WeedersDigest.com. Today I want to talk to you about what I'm looking at right now from my deck. It's a beautiful spring day here in Plymouth, Minnesota, and that ice out there is starting to gray, which means that it's starting to deteriorate with the sunshine. But what I've realized is down below that ice is probably a very serious fish kill. There's a couple of reasons why I've figured that out. One, the first sign was that we had a lot of seagulls and other birds that started coming around and actually waiting to find the dead fish. That was indication number one. But I probably could have recognized this a long, long time ago. And I actually did just a few weeks back realize this was probably going to happen. And so to try to create some open water, I used one of our de-icers, one of our aqua thrusters, to open up the area around my dock, as you can see here. But that probably won't be enough. It's going to be too late to save the lake from a serious fish kill. Our association, I talked to them a while back, but there was some safety issues on why they weren't willing to open up a larger part of the lake. A friend of mine, Steve McComas, known as the lake detective, recommends 2% of the lake to be open to avoid a fish kill. And it's what a fish kill is the result of low oxygen levels, low dissolved oxygen levels in the lake, which is typically caused by either the lack of sunshine or the crashing or the decomposing of weeds. And that's what we experienced this year. We had an early season ice that came on. Then after that, we got snow. The snow then actually got rain, so that turned to another layer of white ice rather than clear ice. And then on top of that, we had a massive snow year without much melt. And now here we are into early to mid-April and still have snow. And so because of that, the dissolved oxygen levels just crashed, and ultimately the fish did too. One of the things I find really interesting in this along my shoreline is that there's an area where I can clearly see some channels, and you can probably see them right here. There's some channels where the fish, the northerns actually, look like they tried burrowing in to try to get up closer to shore, which would be it's really strange, and I haven't been able to solve it yet, but that's what I see happening is the northern tried to get up to shallow water and then got there in masses, like, maybe there's 30 to 50 of them right along my shoreline that all got there, and then they all died. So it's a tragic day on our lake. Sad to see something like that happen, and it's giving a lot of food for the birds. And here's a picture of or the video of an eagle that I shot just a little bit about a half hour ago that actually came in and fed on the dead fish. So it's providing some reasons that the fish the birds are hanging around. It's always fun to see an eagle, but sad to think about all the lost fish and the cleanup that's going to happen, as well as all that phosphorus that's going to go back in the lake from the dead fish. So anyway, what I'd encourage you to do is stay tuned to our YouTube channel here, or the other option is to visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/WeedersDigest. We'll make sure we post more information on it. So thanks for listening.